Have you ever felt a muscle twitch so intense it felt like your body was locking up against its will?
We're talking about a condition that sounds like a tongue twister but feels like a vice grip.
Tetany. It's a fascinating but painful physiological glitch. At its core, tetany is involuntary muscle overstimulation.
It happens when your peripheral nerves becomes hyper-excitable, firing off signals when they definitely shouldn't.
I've heard people mix this up with tetanus. They aren't the same thing, right? Correct. Tetanus is an infection caused by bacteria. Tetany, on the other hand, is a clinical sign, usually a symptom of metabolic imbalance. Specifically, it's almost always about calcium. Let's break that down. Most people think of calcium as strong bones, but what is it doing to our nerves?
Think of calcium as a bouncer at the door of your nerve cells. It stabilizes the cell membrane. But when calcium levels in the blood drops, a state called hypocalcemia caused by abuse of drugs, the bouncers leave his post.
This allows sodium to rush into the nerve cells too easily, causing them to fire rapidly. This results in spasm, cramps, and tremors. And doctors have some pretty specific ways of testing for this, right? Like the hand claw thing. You're thinking of trouser signs. If a doctor inflates a blood pressure cuff on your arm and your wrist and the finger involuntarily flex into a midwife's hand position, that's a classic indicator. There's also the sure sex sign, where tapping the facial nerves causes the mouth or eye to twitch.
Here's an interesting cultural footnote. In northern Nigeria, if someone mentions they have calcium, often pronounced in local context, referring to a specific ailment, they aren't just talking about a mineral supplement. Exactly. In that region, the term calcium is commonly used as a colloquial shorthand for symptoms of tetany or severe muscle cramping.
Because the medical community frequently treats this acute spasm with calcium gluconate injections, and the name of the cure becomes the name for the condition in the local lexicon. It's a great example of how medical treatment shapes the way we describe our pain. But tetany isn't just about low intake. Even hyperventilating can trigger it because it changes your blood pH, making the calcium you do have less effective.
Precisely. Whether it's a lack of vitamin D, parathyroid issues, or just breathing too fast, tetany is your body's loud, cramped way of saying its chemistry is out of whack.
Now that you know the bouncer's role in your nervous system, could those growing pains or random cramps be your body's way of asking for a metabolic checkup?